Hi, my name's Olaoluwa, also known as the Laulu Effect. I love content creating, I'm a storyteller, businesswoman, and the COO of a tech startup called Neo. I'm here to share my journey and my learnings from navigating adulthood, building a career, keeping friends, and dating. This is my channel, a meeting place to connect with gifted people going places.
Hi guys, how are you doing? Love the hand gesture. I am back again, the sun is shining, it's starting to feel a lot like summer in the UK, yay! And I wanted to come to you guys and give you a video specifically about tech. Why? First of all, I'm just going to talk a bit about my not so technical tech career. If you haven't been here before, I'm Olaoluwa or Laulu, aka the Laulu Effect. And I have been working and leading a tech startup for the last 5 years of my adult career. Literally since the beginning of my adult career until now, and I love what I do. So first of all, the role that I occupy, I'm a chief operating officer, so I'm at the C-suite level, and it's been a really good sort of experience. There have been lots of learnings. I haven't always known what I was doing. I actually switched to the chief operating officer role from the chief marketing role because, well, how do I say this? I wasn't really that good at it. I'm more of a content person, so I always had that down. You could never look at our Instagram pages or our channels and think that there was bad content. I think that I just lacked a level of strategy. One, probably because I didn't know that many people in the industry, and I was still very much learning. And two, because I think that Oyin, who is, business partner, friend, was actually the brain, the better brain behind our marketing. So she had a strategy and I could put together some great content for it. That was my thing. But yeah, I found myself as the COO, and that has been for the last almost 3 years. So you could almost say that my career so far has been spent as a marketer and as an operations head. And they are two separate worlds, but very much they interact and they're interconnected. I lead in an organization that empowers Black women primarily, and we do that using tech. We're made up of 3 brands. So the Neo Group is a startup. It's actually made up of 3 brands. Neo Labs, which is also known as Neo Bootcamps, and we're doing a bit of a secret activity over there. Well, it won't be so secret in the future, but stay tuned. Anyway, we're also building a dApp on the blockchain. So for those of you who are into Web3 or curious about that, I can talk a little bit further about that and just what that means. Specifically, we're building a social commerce platform that would help people basically earn money while they scroll. And then, I didn't explain the Bootcamps brand. So the Bootcamps brand is a upskilling brand. It sets out to train and upskill Black women with impactful skills, high impact skills that enable them to get into tech and various other industries. And right now, the tech boom is what's helping people break into new industries. And I think that tech will be the way that people are able to explore different industries. So I'm really excited about that. I oversee all our programs, our boot camps, I lead a great team of program managers who are just like bosses in and of themselves, and I love it. So yeah, third brand is Neo Hair and Beauty. We are literally launching Birmingham's first ever AR powered salon, and actually the UK's first AR powered salon, with our AR feature Jora. She's Yoruba, by the way, and she's going to help more Black women choose the right styles that suit them without having to like go through the stress of will it suit me, will it not. This technology helps to solve that problem, and it's really fun. Shout out to Grace and all the tech team. They're amazing. I wanted to talk about the tech industry and why I'm afraid for a lot of women. I'm afraid that a lot of women are going to be left behind. And I'm not talking about the second coming of Jesus or the Armageddon sort of stuff. I'm literally talking about women being left behind in this technical advancement and this new technical age. So there was a McKinsey report done on women in the workplace, and they are expecting 40 to 160 million women to be displaced from their roles and jobs by 2030. That's crazy, right? And the reason they're predicting that is because not enough women have the technical skills to position themselves perfectly for the advancement of work and the technical age that we are now in. It's not even approaching. We are in the revolution, and it's already been happening for the past 10 years or so. Anyway, so what does this mean? This means that a lot of us are going to be turned away from front-facing roles with people, and we're going to be required to be technically inclined, whether that's being a technical project manager or a scrum master, whether that's knowing cybersecurity when it comes to compliance, whether that's using AI and figuring out how to make sure that things are safe and that they can't be broken into, whether that's looking at AI, data. There are so many avenues into tech that so many of us do not actually know about. And right now it's sexy to say, oh yeah, I'm in tech. But tech is like saying Google. Like, Google is this broad platform that could show you anything. And similar, it's the same thing with tech. It's so broad. So like, the advancement of technology means that a lot of us who are doing maybe roles that are more administrative or front-facing with people may have to be replaced by technology. Right now, the advancement of AI is making everybody kind of really scared, and a lot of people are concerned about how AI is advancing. It does not help that, you know, the likes of ChatGPT, Copy.ai are being used on a regular basis. On top of the fact that, you know, in previous internets, in the Web 2 age, we've had our data stolen from us. And now we have technology that is constantly learning from us in order to be better than us, because that's why we use technology. Technology is often used to replace humans. Not to the extent of like eradicating the human race, but it's used to replace human error. And so when you look at, you know, AI features and ChatGPT, what we're looking at is the advancement of a technology that understands how to write, understands a level of empathy, because it identifies, or it is learning from the data we are inputting into it. And this is why at Neo we are so passionate about making sure that there are Black women in these spaces, that we are builders and producers in this space, because when we look at the data biases and all these things, a lot of the time those things are there because the people that are building this technology don't look like the society they're building it for. And so we're trying to do a lot of work in changing that. But that's not where I'm going. I'm concerned that the advancement of AI is something that we are not well informed about. And so we are almost pushing ourselves to the corner. Now, in every kind of revolution, there are always people who get left behind. And I've been thinking about this a lot, about how when I go to, you know, community events, when I see Black people, I don't know if we are informed enough to not be left behind. And oftentimes the early adopters benefit financially as well from whatever advancement, whatever revolution is taking place. And I'm concerned that we're being left behind because maybe we're not curious enough about what the world is talking about and about the tech space. And maybe it's also because tech can seem like this really intimidating sort of industry. Most of us are only just about figuring out how to schedule posts on Instagram. We've overcome Facebook, but now they're talking about ChatGPT and you're just like, what is that? And like, delete me. But I really feel like, and I'm definitely on this new plight of trying to engage with people and find out why we're not informed enough. Like, is it ignorance? Is it refusal to change? Is it this resistance or not having a growth mindset? Or is it just that it's intimidating and it kind of scares us? I mean, the more you read into the advancement of this kind of technology, the more it will either inspire you or absolutely freak you out. Because all this stuff that you see in the movies is actually happening. It's not just fiction. It can actually do these things, which is cool to me because I'm like, how do we use this to our advantage, to the advantage of people groups and communities rather than against us? Because a lot of the time what we don't know can be and will be weaponized against us. In the same way, so many laws and policies were being passed during COVID because, you know, everywhere they're screaming about COVID death numbers and death rates and, you know, all these sort of things. And behind all of that, they are ushering in new policies that nobody knows about. And then all of a sudden we're seeing all these issues with immigration, or we're seeing that it's technically illegal to protest. There's so many things that we can go into, but I'm not trying to be your conspiracist. I'm just here to just relay my heart. So, we're talking about being left behind. We're talking about a people group and being left behind, and why this is actually really dangerous for us as Black people, whether you're a Black person or a believer or whatever you identify as. It is important that you're not left behind, especially when there's so much information to be shared. I think one of the things that I can identify as really, really important right now is getting ahead of the curve. What's good right now is that although technology is advancing, it's not advanced to the point where everybody is now using it. And an example of this is kind of like when the internet existed and people were using Google, or when Instagram and Facebook and Twitter were new on the scene. It was kind of like for specific kinds of people, or even YouTube that you're on now watching me, thank you. It was for specific types of people, and then those people that engaged with those communities were able to be benefactors and take advantage of the fact that they were some of the first people to use the platform to share reviews or share content, whatever it was. So getting ahead of the curve means allowing ourselves to be informed and to play a part in being curious. I think that we always need to do a dance with curiosity. We don't need to necessarily be afraid of the risks, but when you know, it empowers you to make better decisions, right? In the same way, they say if someone's a snake, you don't need to run away from the snake. You just need to understand, okay, I know you're a snake now, so you are no longer a risk to me because I know how to operate around a snake. That's a sermon in itself. Hallelujah. But I think what I'm really trying to press on about is just the need for us to play a role in being more curious about the things that are happening than kind of just, I don't know what it is and I'm not really interested enough, so close my ears and close my eyes. Don't stick your head in the sand. Right now, every person that is informed is at an advantage, and information is powerful, right? So use it, take in the information, go and read, watch some videos, watch my videos. You might see more stuff about tech on here from like a non-techie perspective, because I like speaking in a way that's easy to understand. But I just think that it's really important that you do your part, okay? Finally, I think that I have so many things to say, and then I'm trying to like pick. I said I wasn't gonna edit and spend too much time editing this video, so I'm literally trying to list all my points and be gone. My final point is this: when I go into rooms about tech or tech conferences, I know that in the UK I'm a minority, but I know globally I'm not actually from a people group that is a minority globally. And it concerns me by how few of us are in the room. Now, I remember like very early on in my business career, I would go into events with Oyi, and we would be like the only black girls in the room, and that's why we started building brands that could connect to other black women that were passionate or curious or wanted to know and learn. Because when you're not in the room, you're not empowered with the information. When you don't have the information, you can't get ahead of the curve because you do not know. And I think that is my pain point. I am always fascinated by how few of us know about Web3, even interested in Web3. You know, my tech lead at Neo, Grace, she has some great content about, you know, being in the Web3 space as a female, learning about how to enter into that space. And she always says that you have about 3 pathways into Web3. You can either be a builder, you can either be a buyer, I think, or you can either be a, don't shoot me, Grace, you can either be a content creator. And so there are lots of pathways that you can explore even within Web3. So you know these new headsets that Apple have recently launched? Yeah, like that is the beginning of something that you need to be ready for. You know, last year in 2021, 2022, there was a lot of buzz about Web3, about NFTs, and people think that all of that has died down. Oh no, it hasn't died down. People are just building in preparation for a new way of communicating, a new way of doing life in itself. Do you remember when it was weird to post on Instagram, to post a picture of your food or share so much content about yourself, and now it's a normal thing? Yeah, we're preparing for a world where we have digital twins, where we exist here in reality and also in a virtual reality world in the metaverse. And so few of us know about and are engaged in what's happening over there in the other reality. And it will affect us in this reality if we're not informed. So that is like my, I don't know how long this video is, that is my plea, that's my 10-minute plea or however many minute plea to stay informed. I'm not necessarily here to give advice, but I'm pointing to a problem because I think that we can do a lot more for ourselves by being informed, by showing curiosity. I'm going to plug a few communities and things that you can plug into to start growing and learning. But yeah, guys, as always, like, share and subscribe. I'm going to go and eat a nice